So, evolution of the theory of survival. Now, in every society, there is a theory of survival that is present there, and we must be able to identify this theory very importantly. In the in a consumerist world, the theory is basically the strong get stronger and the weak get weaker. That divide becomes narrow. And as such, we must ask ourselves what is the mechanics behind the theory of survival within a society. We want that theory to change. We want a theory that where we live to inspire each other that life is easy to live. Survival is easy to achieve. So education, of course, got to play a role, or we know education is playing a role when its members actually exemplify an easier way of survival rather than a more complex one. That tells you that education is effective. So let's understand the mechanics behind of it. Well, in any society, there are individuals within the society, and the thoughts is the first root cause of the cultural theory or the theory that pervades in society. So let's go through, you can look at the diagram there, and I will just go through the little discussions as you look at the diagram. So first of all, whatever we entertain in our thoughts, those things will naturally become our words. Our thoughts becomes our words. Now our words, as you can see in the gray, becomes our actions. As you can see in the yellow, our words becomes our actions. Now our actions becomes our habits. Our habits becomes our character. As you these habits you constantly demonstrate them and practice them, and those habits becomes our character. Now our character becomes our personal survival theory. Now everybody has a personal survival theory, which is generally deeply connected to the cultural survival theory. Now, everybody will have some variation of this personal survival theory, and some of us will have different degrees of how much we are actually trying to bring society together, how much we are actually trying to show how survival is achieved. Another way to say it, each one of us have different degrees of showing how life is easy to live. So that is our personal survival theory. That balance of really truly um, how much you can actually show how to live and how to survive. What does our personal survival theory affects? Our personal survival theory becomes the cultural survival theory. So as we try to make an average of everybody's survival theory, and we can even put a number to these, we get an average. And that average is called the cultural survival theory. And from culture now, we have all the system of administration within a country. There's the education system, there's a health system, the economic system. All of these will represent and support the cultural survival theory. So right now, as I mentioned at the beginning, the cultural survival theory is basically to get rich or die trying, or you can put it in a more common way, the strong getting stronger and the weak getting weaker. That there affects the systems within the country. So whenever you're asking yourself why systems are not working well within a country, you just have to ask yourself the bigger picture of the society, and that is, what is the theory of survival that the country or the society is upholding? That theory will tell you how much or how effective the systems are in order to bring peace and happiness. Okay, so now the systems within a country, the education system, the health system, you can include the media there one time, the economic systems, all of these systems, in the long run, through the media, influences our young people. So it not only the young people, it affects everybody practically, but especially our young people because we are concerned about them. It affects their thoughts. So you can see there now that the whole cycle has taken another start again. So we must be careful with our thoughts. Okay? So this is the evolution of the theory of survival. I hope all of you can appreciate and try to make the connections about um, why about the theory of survival that we see in the world and the evolution that causes such survival of theory, such theory of survival within the society. So I thank all of you so much. Check out my other videos. All the best.